I'm Sachin Sawant. I'm an immigration lawyer registered with the OISC at level 3, Appeals and Advocacy. Today I'm going to talk about the list of documents required to file renewal or extension of spouse or partner visa from within the UK. So this is a visa when the first 2.5 years of the initial entry clearance of the spouse or partner visa is completed, and then after that you within the last 28 days of the biometric card expiry, you are required to extend the visa for further 2.5 years. The documents required, I'll follow along this list. You can fast forward the video and go to the relevant area, whichever is of interest to you. And so the documents required are applicant's current passport. Right now, all the documents from within the UK are being sent digitally. So you don't need to give any physical documents. All the documents that I am referring to here will need to be scanned, or you can even take a picture on your phone and you can upload them into the system. Uh, so it's applicant's current passport, only the photo page, only the biodata page, applicant's biometric residence permit, both front side and back side, full copy. So you don't need a full copy of the sponsor's passport. Now it has changed within the UK. You only need the sponsor's first page of the passport, the photo page. Marriage certificate, or if your partner is not a British citizen but someone who is settled in the UK, like an EU national with settled status, and for whatever reason you are applying under the British immigration rules, or you are a non-EU national and your partner has indefinite leave to remain, then you need to give a copy of the passport of that country, whether EU or non-EU, along with a copy of the biometric card of your sponsor. So either you need to show that either the sponsor is a British citizen or the sponsor is settled in the UK. Marriage certificate, if both of you are married. Civil partnership, if it's a civil partnership. If you are unmarried partners, then either of these certificates are not required. We'll go into further information below. Signed family consent. You can click here, and we've published all the signature pages that you are required to give. So it's under spouse, unmarried partner, civil partner category. This is the initial renewal. So click renewal of applications filed within the UK. You can also download this list here, and when you scroll down, it says declaration for renewal or extension. So you click on this, this will open. So these are the three declarations that you need. When you click on this is the consent. So there are three parts to the consent. The part one is to be signed by the applicant, name, address, that's it. And then the part two is to be signed. Part two, it will tell you this has to be signed by the sponsor. So whether or not you have joint documents, it's preferable to just sign this document. Many times I've seen even there were no joint documents between both the sponsor and the applicant, but still the caseworker did ask for it. So it's just better that the sponsor signs this as well. Sponsor's declaration, this is to confirm that declaration of spouses, civil partners. So whoever is a sponsor, married partner, spouse, civil partner, you need to tick here whatever is your status, settled, British, or ILR with refugee status, or you have leave to remain with the refugee status, or humanitarian protection, whether you're a spouse, civil partner, or unmarried partner. Over here, sign and date. That's it. So these are the 3, 1, 2, and 3 declarations. These will have to be uploaded after the application is submitted. So going back to the list, it also tells you over here who has to sign the declarations, which parts. Then English language, you can check the language requirement over here. One very important part is on the application form, the immigration rules state that if you are meeting the English language requirement by passing an English test, then you need to meet A2. A2 is the level. Many applications do get refused for a wrong English language test. On the application form, for some reason, Home Office till date, today is 12th of October 2020, till today, even I did one application today, It still said on the form, have you passed level A1? On the contrary, where it should have said A2. And many applications do get refused because the form asks you the wrong question, a lower level English test question. Because the way the immigration rules apply is at the first stage, when you apply for the first visa under the 5-year route to settlement, the first 2.5 years, the applicant needs to pass A1. At the extension, that is this point, the applicant has to pass A2, and at the ILR, the applicant has to pass B1. And if you have already passed B1 or A2 in the past, and you have used it for a successful application, either a spouse visa, you preferably a spouse visa application only, then you can reuse it even if it has expired. So all these English tests do expire after 2 years. That is another mistake that we've seen. IELTS tests do not say on the certificate whether they expire in 2 years, but they do expire for the purposes of immigration applications. So be mindful of that. That IELTS tests also expire. All the English tests do expire after 2 years, unless you used it for a past application. If it is an expired certificate, you cannot use it. So English language test at level A2. For the extension, you need A2. Very important. You can also pass B1 or any higher level, and that's also fine, but the lowest level is A2. If you pass B1, then you can reuse the same certificate at the indefinite leave to remain stage. After 2.5 years, when you file for indefinite leave to remain, then you can reuse the certificate because you would have used it for this extension application successfully. So if the certificate is used once, even after expiry, you can reuse it. You can reuse it for indefinite leave to remain. You can also reuse it for British citizenship application whenever you file that, so that it can be reused. It says over here, even if it is expired. Link to book the Trinity College. We've just given one link. There are about 3 to 5 providers of English tests. You can look up on the Home Office website. We've just given one easier one. So this is where you can book the test. Trinity College has main centers in London that I'm aware of is in Holborn and in Hammersmith. I think those are the two main centers where most of the clients do give the tests when they are in London. They also have centers around the UK. So you can look up on their website. For accommodation, if the property is rented either by the sponsor or the applicant, then tenancy agreement, whoever rents it, basically, it doesn't matter who rents it, jointly or even a third party, family member, tenancy agreement and council tax bill. If anyone is owning the property, then land registry and council tax bill. Monthly housing cost, if there is a mortgage going on the property, then you can give the latest mortgage statement. You can download it from the online bank account. That should be fine. You don't need to give the original statement if you don't have it. So it's owned. And if the property is not owned by either the applicant or the sponsor or jointly, then whoever owns it or rents it, usually this happens when the parents own council property. This is what usually I've seen. Parents own, and the applicant and the sponsor are their children and in-laws. So if the parents own it, maybe a letter from whoever is renting the property from the council, or whoever is owning the property, if they have a land registry, a letter from them confirming that they are happy. You can even copy these words and draft it for the sponsor, the applicant, and their children, if applicable, to live in the property. And make sure you put a copy of their ID document, such as passport, driving license. Make sure the signatures do match from the ID document and that on that statement on the letter. List of people living in the property. This is helpful if you do provide, if there are many people, other people living in the property. Previous relationships. So if either of you were previously married or in a long-term relationship, you'll put divorce certificate, or if there was a death of the previous partner, a death certificate. Usually we've seen that on the latest forms, Home Office says that if you already submitted a divorce certificate or a dissolution certificate or a death certificate before, you don't need to submit it. But if you have it, do upload it. It's much better to do that. Cohabitation evidence. So items of correspondence from 6 different sources as below. So these are just examples across the last 2 years from the date of application. So if you are submitting the application today, submitting application means you're making the home office payment today. That is the date of application. All your calculations of 2 years, 28 days for financial documents, etc., 6 months, all will count from today backwards. So today is the date of application, and when you make the home office payment. So 2 years backwards from today, within last 2 years, if you have a monthly document, try to give all the four documents spread across, say January, April, then September, December. You can give any gaps, but try to give about four documents or so, 4 or 5. Uh, if you have any documents, quarterly bills, like I know water bills are quarterly, council tax is yearly. So all of those, wherever it is quarterly, half yearly, try to give all of them covering the last 2 years. If just one statement here and there is missing, that's fine. But try to give as many as you can. Address to the applicant or the sponsor or joint documents. So all the documents can be either joint or single individuals' names, but then you need to give for both the parties. So bank statements, prefer to give all the government documents first. So like council tax bill is a government local authority, NHS letters, it's to NHS, HMRC, tax department, TV license, DVLA. So these are the main ones. DWP, if you have P60s, etc.